So welcome back to Opally Hour, and it's new build today, and today I'm going to be unboxing and building the swing clock, but I'm actually in two minds of whether I'm going to save this for doing with Luna. So if anyone's seen any of the other the other video that her and I have done, we'll see that my granddaughter quite likes modelling with me. So let me have a look inside the box and we can make a decision from there. Because I don't know. It says it's for 6+, which is what's making me think it might be good for her. But that said, she does have rather a lot of models to do, so, and I don't want to overwhelm the girl either. And it says it's only 33 pieces. Well, that's not the concern. It's how simple it is. I think if it's really simple, I'm going to leave it for her so she can have a go. So let's get this unboxed. So what we got is 6+. The pieces, it says it's flexible thinking, simple assembly, hands-on ability. So it's not looking like it's anything confusing. I don't see a manufacturer on here, and it only takes about 40 to 60 minutes, so it could very well be good. And the difficulty level is a 3. Hey, not even I should mess up, right? So let's have a look what we got. So it's got instructions like most of the others, and it's got some boards. It's only got 3 boards. I could not see her being able to push all this out actually, but it might be quite nice because she might, well, I don't know about colouring either. And then we got some little pieces and the handles of the hands of the clock, not the handles, and the little dial here. I think it's probably what I'm just going to do, because I know what her patience is, and I think it'd be hard for her. It has a little motor with a moving hand, so it's very cute. I might very well give it to her, mind you, but let's see what the boards are like. I mean, this, just looking at this makes me think it's quite detailed. So let's get this stuff off and have a look. It's only 3 boards. If so, it should make a nice one-day build for us, which would be nice after doing a crafty one where you have a lot of stuff. And so you've got your pieces here. How big is this piece? It's not too bad, is it? Okay, let's do the build, because I mean, all the pieces are falling out, so I think it'd be quite a thing, but I'm not sure her patience level would be up to this, and we're doing a little bit of furniture right now, and that's probably about the patience, so that she could do colouring as well and things like that. So this is our instruction sheet. It's only very few stages, so let's get on with that. I will get ready. Alrighty, so pieces picked. So this is the first step, so it's quite a lot of pieces. One of the pieces, this one, didn't come out of the frame well, so it did have a small break here. I think it was meant to be just rounded, similar to this one up here. So that didn't happen. So I have rubbed them all down, but what I'm going to do is, because of getting the burrs off makes it quite obvious, I'm going to paint the sides brown. Also, I think as far as colour goes, I am going to give it a bit of colour. I'm going to do yellow for the stars, and every now and then there's a little heart. I don't know if you can see that. So there's a little heart here, and I'll pop that some red. So I'm going to get it and do that, and then we'll get to put it all together. Alrighty, so it wasn't much. I put a little bit of gold on the centre here where the hands would go. Nothing sort of major here. I didn't really have dark brown for the edges, so I used black in places that I didn't think it would overly show. So there we have it. Right, let's go on with this. So first things first, we put these on here like so, or you can put it straight into the clock. I can do it this way and see if that works easier. You want it with the picture outwards, so this isn't that easy to get in. Give it a good push. I probably have hands like a 6-year-old, so I'm just going to hang it over the edge of the table, and I know you can't see that, so I can give it a little bit more of a push because my hands say no. Well, it is a very tight fit. Right, that's as far as I've got them down so far, and you can see that there's quite the gap at the bottom. Let me work on that. Alright, that piece broke, so I'm having that set right now and hoping that the glue will work, and at this moment I'm actually feeling like I'm being beat by a 6-year-old model, which doesn't sit overly well for me. So this one goes in here. Just trying to make sure I'm getting them the right way around too. And hopefully this one's not as tight. I'm contemplating whether I'm going to do this model really. Or whether I'm going to give it up as a bad job. I mean, I'm sure it's wonderful, but goodness, they're making these pieces hard to go in. Let's try to get this one in without breaking it. Maybe I'm just going to have a gap at the bottom. I think I'm just going to have a gap, guys. Aha! Finally got it in. Goodness. They are tough, I will say. And then this one goes in here, just making sure it's the right way up. There it is. Is it really? I don't think it is at all. But this is the right way up for starters. So it's like this. And then this piece goes up here with the fan as such, pointing upwards. Alright, let me go struggle to do that. That one was a bit easier. Or maybe I'm just getting the hang of how theirs work. Then you take this piece with it facing the opposite way. Boy, really? Yeah. Alright, let me get that fixed. Alright, so you want to make sure your pattern on this flat piece at the back here is pointing outwards like so. Then this goes on the clock into these two holes. It's a bit nerve-wracking now I've broken a piece too. And I'm sure it'll be fine, it's just not going to be all the way in. Okay, that was better, probably because I had something to lean against. So let me bring back my broken piece. It broke on both tabs, it wasn't just one. Just make sure I get this the right way then. And like so, and like so. At least it's the right way in. I'm not even showing you anyway. Alright, and get that one in. Alright, so hopefully this piece is okay. So I do notice this is very warped, but make sure that this piece is towards the bottom, so your little fan pieces here are at the top. So very carefully, let's take this piece and see if we can get it in. Especially if I line it up. Doesn't help that they're round holes and they're square pegs, and I'm incredibly nervous about this breaking. Okay, it's on the way. Almost. And you can see where it's broken, it's slightly very wobbly. Okay, alright, we get that down. Maybe I'll put something in there to bolster it. So that's how we are looking. Next stage, we are putting in this piece, and let's see, so it just slots in at the back here, that way. And that's going to give it a little bit of a push anyway on that piece, I guess. I'm very nervous about this piece. Okay, and then followed by, sit like that, followed by a little washer. I can pick it up, which goes over there, and a nut. And then it says a battery, so shall we test if this mechanism works? Okay, there it goes, let's see what happens. If I can put in the battery. Oh. Maybe I'm just having a really wimpy day or something. Alright, okay, finally, and I can see, I think you can just about see that there is something going round there. Nothing else is really happening, but there is something going round. So I'd like to say I'm going to take out the battery, but I guess I've got to. Alright, let me take that out and get the next lot of pieces ready. Alright, pieces are done. So, no idea where that's going. I'm guessing it will be after the event. So, we need to take this little one with this little one and poke that through. I don't know. Wow, these are very tight fit, by the way. I mean, you are putting square plugs into round holes, literally. And I'm assuming it goes all the way in. But who actually knows? Let's assuming it's going in further than it is. I mean, looks like it should go all the way in. Okay, let me struggle with that. Finally, then this one points with the decoration part away from the curved part here. So this one, decoration on one side, and it points this way. Wow. They don't want it falling apart. I mean, they don't provide glue and they don't provide sandpaper, so I'm assuming they're not expecting it to fall apart. Wow, I've got another fair amount to go. Alright, I'll work on that in a second. Then we're going to put these two into these gaps with the points facing forward. Maybe I could do that. That I can do. And this one too. And then this just goes on top of that, which I can imagine. Oh, opposite way round, so that you've got the curved bit at the top. Right, let me get all those done. This one put in properly and this one, and then we can move on. Alrighty, the effort is real. Then this goes on the pendulum. I'm thinking this tab here is held in with this. So this goes towards the outside. Wasn't much colouring. I think I had one star on this one. And this is probably easier to put in this way. Maybe. Oh, that one went in okay. In fact, that's very loose. kind of the opposite of any of the others. Okay, make sure that's really does want to pop out. I mean, really wants to pop out. Alright, I'm assuming that I'm going to apply a bit of glue for this, I think. Alright, and the next is putting these pieces just across the back here. Just across. I can't believe of all the pieces that have been really hard to do, and then one of them's so easy, and that's like the one you don't want to fall off. I mean, you don't want any of them to fall off, but you know. Okay, I can get some pieces in, shock horror. And that is step D complete. So now we are on to E. Right, so let's see. So we have a big piece which goes on the back here. And some cutouts. So if, let me see, oh, that's more. So if I was doing this with a child, I'd probably colour in the little butterflies here. You've got 3 butterflies at the top here. I think that'd be really cute. But all I actually did do some colour. I put a little bit of gold on the inside of here and here. That was it. Okay, so make sure that it's printed side down and that you go through here. It's interesting that tab that we have at the bottom is yet to be used. So what I mean by that is this one right here. There's nothing gone in there yet. I don't know if there's going to be. I've got to stop touching that other thing because it's still very wobbly. I have to think about something else to secure that with if it doesn't take soon, because it should really have taken by now. And of course this isn't flat on the surface, so it makes it difficult, and it's not really particularly lining up well either, so bear with me. Alright, so what I did was took it off and put them in here first, and then put it back on here. And hopefully that will work better. So let me get that back on. Alright, and that back is on. I could see this being actually a really cool piece to do a lot of colouring with, and making it really stand out more than I have. It's kind of, it almost sets you to do that, doesn't it? Alright, then these pieces with the pattern facing outwards will go on here. And I guess this is now working on the stand. So I'm just trying to see if that tab's going to go anywhere. Trying to see here. Goes in from the back. There's a tab, it says. Which I am not seeing. Oh, it's right up there. Gosh, there's a tab right at the top inside here that it's going to fit into. I think you can just about see that. This one here. It's going to fit in there. Good luck. I'm not seeing that this is going to be particularly easy. We will see. Right, leave me to do that. Alright, one side in. Now we just have the other side to go. Easy, right? Okay, and those are both in. So you can see that's how it roughly looks. Okay, and that's going to be its stand. Right, we will move on to F. Alright, so only decorating I did was the 2 stars. Don't know why all the rest are cut out and those aren't, but this will go in the furthest away it's not going to do that, is it? It's going to go on the inside ones. Yeah, inside ones go on here, and the furthest away ones are for the next pieces. Read instructions, that's what I'm saying. Okay, stand this up so I can put maybe a bit of pressure on without breaking it. Feeling brave now, I'm doing this on camera. Not that you can see. Oh, and they got the little blocks there right in front of my little stars I just did. And then these two are going to go like the other two here. So that's kind of okay, I think I could do that. It's easier when it's on a flat surface, I think. Just make sure your pattern's on the outside. Just checking myself now. Well, if the pattern's on the outside, okay, that's right. And then you've still got, yeah, so it's the outside one of these, and there's still one on the inside as well. Just trying to double check myself here. And that will be F done. This one's being more problematic to put in. I think 6-year-olds must be a lot stronger than me. I mean, I know as you get older you get younger, but you know. Whew. Okay, go grab 2 more pieces. Okay, and I can see these are actually on the wrong side. So there's a tab here, and there's a tab there, and I think those need to line up, so let me rectify that. Alright, you don't need wood glue, but have it to hand. I broke another piece, but got it fixed. Now we're going to put in these 2 pieces. So these go in this way across these 2 tabs at the back here, and the pattern is facing forward. So let's see if I can manage to do that without breaking something. I don't think I'm going to get that all the way through. Oh, maybe. Yep. And now the other one. This is the one that I broke. Broke it getting that piece off, to be honest with you. So those were really tight fitting. So just have wood glue to hand, or whatever your preferred glue is. Mine's generally for wooden pieces I will use wood glue. But it's not really meant to break, so hey, what can I say? Okay, this one I'm struggling with, so I'll be back in a sec. Right, got there eventually. Right, I'm going to grab the next set of pieces. I think we've got a clock face to put on next. Okay, make sure when you do this piece that you cut these out. Sometimes they're left in. What I thought was cute, this is the back. So, and it has these little smiley faces on them, which is really kind of cool. Almost looks like a smiling bat, to be honest with you, from the back there. Anyway, that's what the front looks like. So we are going to put this on, and it is at an angle, and then it's held in with 2 pieces, which goes at the top and the bottom. So there's a slight indentation here, so it's going to be held on there. And there's an indentation here too. So these 2 pieces are probably, they're not identical actually, I was going to say they're probably identical, but they're not. So let's get those in and just work out which is which now. Got them muddled up. Okay, this one's the top. So let's do that first. I don't think this matters. I don't want to break anything else, so I'm trying to be really gentle with it, but I might be being too gentle too, because I'm sure that must go in more than it is. And it feels too loose. Well, it doesn't look like it goes in far. Well, I think that is how it goes. And then this one, which the pieces, oh, that's what that hole's for at the bottom. Remember we had a hole at the bottom of the face, like here, and it said make sure that piece at the bottom. This is what this one's for. I'll put that on here first. Okay. And try and get it in the clock. Maybe I should have done this the other way around. Let's put this top part on last, I think. Still not happy with how that one's going together. And this one goes in here, into the little hole here. It will. Okay, it took a moment to work it out. So this one is piece number 1, and it goes over the top here, and you want to make sure you have a hook left, and the bottom one goes up from the bottom. It has the small one, so opposite of how I was trying to put them in, and it also has a tab sitting here. So that's how it's meant to be. And then we're going to hold the sides on with these, which are identical pieces, and you want it to have the spare notch here on the outside. So let's see where they're meant to go, obviously holding it all together. Oh, I see. Okay, so there is again a notch here, and also the one here, which is a lot harder to see, this one here, and that's where they are going. So get and do that. Alright, so it looks something like that. Next we are going to put our clock face on, and our hands, and this. So which order do we do? This goes on last. So we have our hands in. They have them both painted black. Oh, they are. Okay. Alright, so you have the small hand in first. I've never made a clock, so you know, I'm sure these things are obvious if you've ever made clocks and stuff like that. I don't know how far they go down. They look like they just balance a bit, and whatever time you want to put it on. Do they go all the way down? I don't think they do. I think they kind of just balance. These are incredibly easy to bend, so go steady. Don't do a me. If this works, I'll be shocked. I'm just going there. I'm not even sure that this one's not meant to go all the way down. It seems incredibly loose. Let me see if I can get that down before I put the hand on. I think it's just loose. Maybe they just slot into each other somehow. You could tell, like I haven't done clocks before. And then we put our hand on, which is a rivet. So it just pushes in. To it. I guess as far as you can do. Alright, next pieces then. Let me go grab those. We're almost at the end of this now, and we will see if it works. Okay, and these are just our times. So 3. For the 1/4 to and all that. well, teaches a kid Roman numerals. That's what I'm going with. 6. I'm sure these are meant to go in a lot more than. There we go. Okay, I can't get that one in. I'm thinking my Roman numerals now. Okay. Maybe this is a better angle for me. Make sure I got them right according to their picture. Right, and there we have our carriage clock. So all we have to do is see if it's going to work. And the casing for this battery is all the way back. Right, okay, bear with me to get the battery in. And there you have it, a working clock. And it took, well, I mean, it probably did take the hour that they suggested. I'm sure, to be honest with you, if you were doing this with a child, then you could take a lot longer because you could colour in all the pieces. And I think it would look really nice being all coloured in. I think that would make quite a difference. You can tell that I stopped painting over the burrs. And that's what you have. I'm not sure I can get you out anymore. Let me try. And there you have it, a working clock. What's the time? 11:42. So, I mean, I'm assuming the hands are moving. I actually don't know. Let me put it to 6 o'clock and see if we can get the hands to move somewhat. Or if it's just all fake. I mean, the second hand's working. It's just whether anything else does. Are they working? Can you see? Let me pause and we'll come back to this in a minute and I won't touch it. Alright, so let's have a look. But before I do, you can see that the pendulum's working from this angle. It's not the best angle. When I do a short of this, I'll get it front on as such so you can see it working better. So let's see if it does anything. Well, and it did. And yeah, it's 5 past. So the pendulum definitely works and the time moves. So if you, I mean, my problem is repetitive noises and things like that. So I don't know that it's not going to drive me nuts. That said, I have very few clocks in the house and it would be handy to have one, although that's not the time. But it would be handy probably to have one. But wow, it would drive me a little crazy on the tick, 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 tick. But I nevertheless think it's a lovely build. I really do. Do I think it's for a 6-year-old? Do I think a 6-year-old could make it? I don't think a 6-year-old could, in my opinion. I think it depends on the 6-year-old. I don't know that a 6-year-old would have necessarily the strength to put the pieces in without breaking them. I think it would definitely need an adult with them to do it. I think this would be, if you were buying it for a gift for a young child, then you're either going to love those parents and be prepared to help, or you really don't like the parents and you want to give them something that their child is going to be constantly asking them to help or something like that. But you know, it's a nice build. I don't think it's suitable for, or I don't think it's doable by a 6-year-old, or the only 6-year-olds I know. I think they would really struggle. I think they would lose patience with it. I think it would be the adult who ended up making it, to be honest with you. I do think it's beautiful. I do think a child would absolutely have a ball on colouring this in and making it look really pretty. I mean, like, you could put some purples in there and some blues, the butterflies at the top. I think would be really nice if they were painted, these ones here, and there's one over here somewhere. Down there, and I really do think those were very pretty painted. But like I say, is it suitable for a 6-year-old? Sure. Would they be able to make it on their own without any supervision? I would strongly doubt it. But like I say, it depends on the 6-year-old. Some of them have some incredible abilities that, you know, maybe my hands have gone back to before a 6-year-old, and that's why I struggle so much. But it is beautiful bubble. So there you have it, and a nice quick build. So let's have a look at what we're going to do next. So my next lot of the Moomin arrived, so I think I'm going to concentrate on those for the next 5 issues. And then maybe another wooden build, not like this one, not one suitable for a 6-year-old, which overly isn't. But I think we'll concentrate on that for the next 5 issues that I have. And then we will carry on and do either another wood build or something like a paper and wood like we did last time. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, you know, is it suitable for a 6-year-old? I guess. You know, it does depend on the 6-year-old. So, and it stops obviously when I put it at an angle like this, it does stop working. But I'll get it on a short and then you can see it. Like I said, I'll see. I reckon it needs a lot more colour. I think a child would have a heyday on it. Alright. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Any comments are more than welcome. I will get back to you. Or you can send me an email. The email address is at the end. But, you know, do take care of yourselves. And thank you again. Take care, guys. Bye-bye now.